they're going to be making all that noise over there, they might as well come over.
Who?
Those broads next door.
The hot ones?
Yeah, all 4 of them. That's what I've been hoping for this whole time, but it never seems to happen. Here we go again. The Daily BM number 21.
21.
We are of age.
We're of age to consume alcoholic beverages now.
And we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. The Daily BM number 21 for Friday, August the 30th, 2013.
It's already the 30th.
I know. Tomorrow is September.
Oh, jeez.
Or is it the next day? I don't know. I do have a smartphone. I should know that kind of thing, but...
I think there's a 31st.
Was
in
there?
August.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Of course, first off, we want to give a gigantically huge, massive shout out to the men and women in uniform.
Always.
Here and across the blue marble.
Mm-hmm.
We love you all, and we really hope that a lot of you aren't in Syria pretty soon.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good, but who knows? It could happen.
Some kind of craziness is going to come from this, but yeah,
We'll see.
time will tell, I suppose.
Of course, massive shout out to www. Hold on a second. I need to get another drink here.
See, now that we're 21,
Yeah, we don't have to hide the drinking anymore.
yeah,
The show's 21 now. www.partylight, spelled PARTYLITE.biz/Mary Smith, great friend of the show. Also www.facebook.com/crochet by Crystal, CROCHETBYCRYSTAL.
wow, did you practice that?
It's written down in front of me.
I know, I still would screw it up, though, I feel like, if I tried to say it.
It is a bit of a tongue twister. It's fun. It's really fun sometimes. And also, we're going to continually give a shout out to Woody at the Liquor Cabinet, spelled with a K, at Prospect and Overland in Colorado. Maybe we should start over.
Fort Collins,
in Fort Collins, Colorado. Just for, doing it. I don't know how many liquor stores I've asked, hey man, can you get Mangria? Nothing. They're like, oh, I'll check with my whatever.
Well, what he has over there is, I think he's got like a request slip that you can write stuff on, and he's like, oh yeah, someone wrote this down, so I figured I'll get a case.
Nice.
He's got one, and hopefully he'll continue to get them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit pricey at about $20 a bottle for a 750. Or if you live in the hills, you call that a fifth, which we found out earlier while we were doing the podcast that is a fifth of a gallon.
Fifth of a gallon, yeah. But I don't know if you call wine a fifth
A
of wine.
Yeah, it depends on if you buy your wine in a box. Which
That's true.
The
That's
box is
by the liter.
still in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep, your Franzia.
Franzia.
I'm sure you didn't have to reach up to the top shelf to grab that. It
No.
wasn't up there with the Dom Perignon 1993 or...
No, it was in the bag cereal location.
Oh,
you
nice. It wasn't in the refrigerated part?
know? No. But, like the cereal aisle, you get the good stuff right at eye level. Then you got the bags of the sugar smackies or whatever.
I buy those all the time, man.
They're the same.
I know, it's exactly the same. It's probably made in the same factory. Because, you can buy Lucky Charms, and get a little box of them for like $4, or you can get a gigantic bag the size of a pillow of marshmallow mateys, and it tastes exactly the same.
So what, are you paying for the box? Is that what it is?
And the name, or
paying for the name, I suppose.
I guess so. Dude, speaking of food, man, I literally have a gut full of wings right now.
Yeah.
They turned out really good. It's the easiest thing, man, because you just put them on the grill, like line the outside of the grill with them, like maybe some of you saw in the picture that I sent out on Facebook. Cook them over like indirect heat for about 15 or 20 minutes until they're getting done.
Sizzling.
Yep, and then move them all to the middle. Ugh, brilliant.
Yeah, if you want to go to our Facebook page, it's at the Daily BM Show on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not sure how to directly get there, but if you go through your Facebook and search, it'll be there.
I have a feeling that a lot of people that are listening to this are on that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I did notice one of our Facebook friends, see, like where I work, there's a lot of people there. And different people know different people that I don't know. So I did notice someone today, and I actually commented on her picture, that I didn't know who she was until I saw... Oh, come on, Tara, we don't need that picture of that guy. Who is that asshole?
That's Ryan Gosling.
Oh, God. It's the second time she said, I want to do things to this man. Gross.
He wouldn't be interested. I mean, not anything against her, but I don't feel like he's ever interested in anything he ever does. Any of his roles, he's just kind of sitting there.
Dude, how many
with
times...
a blank stare on his face.
How many times when we're just sitting out here drinking, which is what we're doing 90% of the time, how many times have we discussed the movie Drive?
Ugh.
He never changes his facial expression. He's monotone, just like... Okay, I guess I'll go get it. Where's your son? Is he okay? I'm just wearing my members only jacket with a cobra on it.
Scorpion.
A scorpion, right.
Which they never explain in the movie. Ugh.
Didn't you look it up the other day?
I think I did. And
Ooh, look at that nice picture of some wings.
yeah. But I believe Ryan Gosling is personally responsible for this new thing of, I'm a dude, I'm just not going to worry about anything, and that'll attract the chicks.
Yeah, we talked about it.
That's what Ryan Gosling does.
Yeah. And in that picture that Tara posted on Facebook, he looks I mean, anyway, I'm done plugging that guy on our show. Anyway, Venus Orr. If you listen to the show, I really appreciate it. And if you don't, I appreciate you following us on Facebook. But you've been our Facebook friend for probably maybe going on a week or two, and I wasn't 100% sure who you were. Well, I know I saw you today. She's friends with Crystal from Crochet by Crystal.
Oh.
Yeah, so they hang out quite a bit. But anyway, it was just nice to...
And they sew together?
I don't know if Venus sews, but I wanted to... There's just a little bit of reader mail tonight. And apparently my production for last night's show didn't go over very well because no one could understand what it said.
Oh, yeah. It's a little hard to do the double recording.
I will try it one more time.
Okay.
A little closer this time.
Better check your mailbox, bitch. You've got reader mail.
Anyway, so it was that. And it says, better check your mailbox, bitch. You got reader mail. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, now I have to try to find it. Oh, yeah, Justin. My good friend Justin. I made a huge faux pas last night. Maybe it must have been the Mangria talking.
It wasn't huge, but...
Well, to anyone that knows what a cloaca is as opposed to a cochlea, the cochlea is in your ear, and the cloaca is in... I'll just read what Justin wrote.
Okay.
Listener Justin, one of my bestest friends in the whole wide world, writes, just because you want to know, a cloaca is more of a poop chute than an ear hole. But I can see how flies would want to bombard your balloon knot too. The ear part is called the cochlea. Similar sounding, but very, very different in function. Thanks, Justin. I knew right when I said that, knowing that Justin listens, I knew I was going to catch a grip of shit about that. Luckily, he was very kind.
And didn't, yeah. didn't destroy you too bad.
But anyway, I think that's pretty much reader mail today. Yeah.
Not much email action today, which is fine. We always appreciate emails.
We
coming
always
in.
love it. I'm telling you, it's one of the listeners' favorite things. I get asked every day, hey, is there going to be reader mail tonight? Yeah, and they get all excited, or no, and damn. I'm like, you could write something into the show, you know. It's just like saying, phone lines are all empty if you want to get on, the Jim Rome show.
But are you taking calls?
Well, yeah. We're always reading reader mail, so, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you about today. I mean, my 3 days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I've realized over the past couple weeks, doing nothing all day sucks. Like, it's just so boring, and the idle hands are the devil's hands.
Even if you cut them off with a radial arm saw.
But like it's just so boring, and I realized today you have to do a lot of something before doing a day of nothing feels good. So if you got 3 days of doing nothing, then it's like, ugh, it's just a waste.
I noticed you slept in the tent again last night.
I know, I slept in the tent every single night these past 3 days.
Well, leave it up, because I'm sleeping in it tomorrow night.
It's nice though. Oh, I came out last night, and I'll bring up this other point of we don't really need to look for entertainment. All we have to do is look up at the sky. Because I came out last night, no clouds in the sky. And I mean, Fort Collins they got lights, so it wasn't brilliant, but brilliant stars out last night.
Nice.
That's part of the allure of sleeping in the tent.
I'm kind of glad that you and I don't have the same days off, because I would really be embarrassed to say, yeah, me and Mark slept in the tent last night and it was really fun, and we looked at the stars and shared a bottle of Mangria, and just all of that sounds really, really good.
Yeah, the readers might get the wrong idea.
Yeah, we don't have anything against the gays, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Though, never mind.
Though you're not opposed to it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, look at it however you want to. I thought of, we started show prep 30 minutes ago, including the 12 minutes and 43 seconds we've been recording now. Mm-hmm. And so I don't have a whole lot written down, but I did think of people I hate.
Okay.
And I know that's kind of a popular little bit that we do.
There's a lot of, I think, a lot of push to, instead of people we hate, people we dislike.
Yeah, fuck that. Because I usually don't just dislike people. I either like them a lot or I hate them.
Or you hate them.
Yep.
Completely.
And I could think of a lot of it right now. But the people that I hate that I thought of today is old people.
Oh.
Driving.
Oh.
Dude, I came so close. Right by my work, the roundabout situation that we've discussed over and over. And by disgust, I mean it's disgusting. The roundabouts are the bane of our existence. They don't need to be here. Just put up a light. It's not that expensive, especially with LED technology. It's fine.
Do that stuff in England, the roundabouts. Do that in Europe.
I do love the song Roundabout, though. Have you ever heard it?
No.
I'll be a roundabout. Nothing?
Who sings that one?
Me. I know what you were going to say. You can't trick me with that one anymore. But I came so close today when I was on my way to Wendy's to just barreling into the back of this old lady's car. Because there's no one in sight. Like, I'm not paying attention to the car in front of me. I'm looking this way to see if someone's coming around the roundabout. I'm looking this way, seeing if someone's coming up to the roundabout. Mm. Not having to pay attention, because you just have to assume that if
there's no one there, the car in front is going to not be there when you get there.
Exactly. The car in front of me was the least of my worries. Because she's just sitting there looking both ways, no idea what to do. Mm. Blue hair. I can see her blue hair through the back window and I mean, I was so close I could see her face in the rear view and the side mirror.
Was it a Cadillac?
No, it was
Buick?
a PT Cruiser.
Oh, okay.
A PT Snoozer. Or a PT Loser. Whichever one it was, I came really close to, popping my airbags today.
Ugh. Well, I mean, this is the reality that I think kind of the police and people, I don't know, this is kind of controversial of speed kills and whatnot. Slow drivers are the most dangerous because if you're driving way too slow and everyone's going around you fast, that's when accidents happen. People are trying to get around. People are expecting you to move, but you're still there. That's, I think, a bigger issue. And when you're driving slow, you got to worry about what's coming up behind you. You got to worry about what's coming up in front of you.
Exactly.
On all sides.
It's terrifying. Oh, well, now I feel like crap even more.
Why?
Well, apparently, Venus just sent me a message that says, lol, yes, I've been at Kroll Factual Data for 10 years. My baby sister is Crochet by Crystal. That explains it.
Okay.
Sorry, Venus. All right, so...
Anyway.
Yeah, I hate old people driving cars. They need to be tested more. It needs to happen every year, and they need to check their eyes, and they need to make sure they need to have a driving test every year.
Well, there's a time when it's just you got to hang up the keys, and I know it sucks, but
because they lose
reality.
They lose their freedom when that happens. Then they have to rely on other people, and they've driven cars for 80 years.
Yeah,
and yeah, I get that, and I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's got to be a safety issue at some point where. I mean, it was scary today. I almost went around the roundabout and went back to work to take off my underwear and throw them away. It was close.
God, I'll tell you the worst experience I've had like that. Me and my buddy Ben, we went to New Belgium. We went to test out some beers over at New Belgium, the brewery.
You went to get wasted during the tour, is what you did.
No, I mean we didn't drink that much. We were just going there for fun. We had maybe, I think it was back in the time when they gave you 4 little 4-ounce or 5-ounce testers of beers, and you drink them, and then you go home. Well, it had been snowing that day, and kind of melted, and some spots were really icy. I was creeping at probably 7 miles an hour, coming up to a light car in front of me. I hit my brakes. I have anti-lock brakes. All 4 tires locked up. And we were going literally 7 miles an hour, but just sliding to a stop. And there's a car ahead of me, and we had time because it was such a slow slide that we were both just, probably stopped within an inch or two of the other bumper. There's nothing like that feeling of just having zero control of what's happening.
Yeah, dude, I'm worried about this winter. But on the beer tour thing, and I'm sure that Justin will remember this because he was with me when this happened. We took the Budweiser tour. This was, I don't know how many years ago, 5 or 6 years ago or something. And we got kind of hammered in the parking lot.
Before the tour?
And then we went in and we were taking the tour, and this girl that was doing the tour, I can't remember how nice she was. She seemed, all right and everything, but I think that she could tell. I think it was just our group that she was touring around, and we had showed up in an SUV. There might have been 5, 6, 4, 8 of us. I don't remember how many there were. But anyway, at some point, I was like, who's in charge of this place? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, who's the main boss of this joint? And she's like, oh, well, that's, Adolphus Busch. He's the CEO or whatever it was.
CEO of Anheuser-Busch.
I was like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, who is the boss of this particular, who's the head honcho around here?
The location. And this is in Fort Collins, right? Because there's an Anheuser-Busch brewery right north of Fort Collins.
Yeah. So I was like, no, who's in charge of this particular facility? And she's like, oh, it's such and such. My dad. And I was like, oh.
So how'd you get this gig?
Right. You'd think that your dad would be able to get you a better gig than tour guide.
Well, she's probably getting paid a pretty penny. And was she
Probably.
a pretty penny herself?
Well, I can't remember. She was probably all right. I do remember one of the best $9.99 purchases I've ever made was in the gift shop, where I bought the Real Men of Genius 3 CD set.
Oh, yeah.
That has
Those are the best commercials.
60 of them on it. It's amazing, dude. We went back out to the SUV and put it in. I mean, and that, Justin, you can tell me if I'm embellishing this. We were dying laughing at these things. Like, my stomach hurt, maybe because of all the beer we had drank too, but like the muscles, my face hurt.
I bet.
From just laughing at these things so much.
Real Man of Genius.
And the dude that sings that part, Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor. That's the guy from Survivor. He sings Eye of the Tiger. It's the same guy.
Oh, now it kind of makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Eye of the tiger, the green,
Right.
the fight, or whatever.
Yep.
That sounds like Real Man of Genius.
Yeah, so that's that same dude, but that was a really good day. I've never been a fan of those kind of things because I smoke cigarettes and I can't be like 3 hours during a beer tour and not be able to smoke a cigarette, but I had fun that day. It was great.
Well, it's safe to say that Survivor singer landed on his feet.
Oh,
right?
hell yeah. Dude, and some of those things, man, I don't know who writes those. I know they have a Wikipedia page for it, but, I mean, that is some funny shit. I'm going to change it up a little bit now, and because I did my People I Hate. This may sound a little weird to you, but right now I'm going to do a new segment called Things I Love.
I thought that was just a black hole where your heart was. I didn't know there was love that could get in there.
You notice I didn't say... Yeah, it's getting a little windy. Notice I didn't say people I love.
Oh, yeah.
This is an inanimate object.
Okay. Now,
I'm hoping that this wind knocks down here in a second. I don't want you to have to graft two shows together. Anyway, things I love. You know what I really love? A really, really, really sharp knife. Dude, when you're in the kitchen and you're like cutting up chicken or something, trying to cut stuff up with a dull knife, I've gotten blisters on my hands from the way I had to like hold a knife trying to saw through some chicken or something. But having a really sharp knife, man, you can't beat it. Whether you're cooking or whittling or you know killing someone.
Well, a sharp knife is like a fast driver. A dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife because you'll try and skin that potato.
Next thing I know, I'm diving a knife into my aorta.
Uh-oh.
I know, the wind just stepped right on my joke.
It's getting a bit windy out here.
Come on.
And it's crazy because it was just calm for like 45 minutes. And now...
Dead calm. We can even hear Weezer practicing down the way.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if the listeners can hear it, but there's some backyard band playing just down the way.
They're always practicing down there.
They like to play for the show every once in a while.
Come on, man. Oh, well. If the show sucks, man. They can't all be diamonds. I'm not moving inside.
Taking a stand.
Yeah. So, yeah, things I love. And I know we just now talked about it, just having a sharp knife in your hand, one that you know is going to go right through the gristle and the fat and the everything, and so you don't have to saw at it. Like, I bought that knife today because I knew that we had all shit knives in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And because I was going to cut the wings up. Because I made them from scratch, because I'm badass like that.
Yeah, you had to cut off the little... What's that little wing tip thing?
I don't know.
Does anyone eat that, or is it just skin?
Raj probably eats those.
Skin and weird...
Yeah, because you can't see any meat in it or anything, but it is covered in
Fibrous.
skin if you like chicken skin, like Cartman. But yeah, a sharp knife is just always amazing to have. Oh shit, Denver touchdown, 6-0.
Nice, yeah, last game of the preseason.
Yep. By the way, there's a rematch of Super Bowl #1 going on right now between Kansas City and Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. Who won that game?
Green Bay.
Oh. I didn't know. I was just...
Well, no, I'm
I
sure
was
you
just
didn't.
wondering.
So yeah, that's going on. I got a real quick. Let's get this out of the way.
It's time for Has Mark Seen It on the Daily BM.
Ugh, this wind is pissing me off like usual. It's fine though. I'm not gonna get upset. It's Thursday. By the time you listen to this, it'll be Friday. So I'm not gonna let it bother me. All right. So here's the quote.
Okay.
Here's the quote.
Has Mark seen it? Hold on. All this wind has dried out my eyes, so I have to close them.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Here's the quote. All right, pretty much mid-sentence, I made an executive decision that we were moving inside.
So now we're in the indoor studio. The wind was being a little Nancy.
Yep, a little bitch.
No, Nancy.
A negative Nancy?
Yeah, I feel like Nancy got a bad rep for names.
Well,
I guess if you're a dude named Nancy, then...
I used to know a really hot girl named Nancy that I used to play poker a lot with. She was...
Nancy Reagan?
No, I can't remember her last name, but for some reason I still have her number in my phone. And this was possibly even before me and Justin went to the brewery. So it's a long time ago. But anyway.
It's time for Has Mark Seen It on the Daily BM.
All right. Now that the wind is gone, I can focus. Let's hear it.
All right. So there's a little bit of build up to the quote. There is an Asian in a locker room, a college locker room, holding a tub that dudes are throwing their towels and jock straps and shit in, all right?
Okay.
All right, here's the quote. Football player. Hey, do you know karate? Guy. No. He stuffs his jock strap on top of his head.
That's it?
Yeah. Dude, you should know this.
Rudy.
Nope. A couple of the characters are Lewis. God, I can't remember the other one's name. Booger is in it.
Booger.
There's like a black gay guy.
Remember the Titans?
Dude, you've never seen Revenge of the Nerds?
I was thinking about that, but I was going to say Geeks or Freaks, but I think that's
Freaks and Geeks?
Freaks and Geeks, that's like a sitcom or
Yeah,
something.
that was Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
and
Seth Rogen and like,
all those guys that are really famous now for some reason.
yeah.
For being guys that don't care about anything, and that's why they get the girls.
Yeah,
Like that
exactly.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
And
James Franco. was
I'm
in
not
there.
going to call him Gosling either, by the way. I'm going to name him after a baby goose. He's Ryan Gosling to me.
Well, you know what's funny is he's Canadian, but
Like a
every
goose.
movie... Oh, yeah, like a goose. Very nice. But yeah, every movie, he's got like some New Yorkin accent.
God, I hate that guy. Let me write that down for tomorrow. People I hate, Ryan Gosling.
But no, Revenge of the Nerds, I have it on my Netflix instant queue. I haven't watched it yet, though. I've heard great things, and it's kind of that old, like one of those 80s classics.
It is. It's old humor. They made either one or maybe two. Yeah, they made two sequels. I think there was like Revenge of the Nerds 2 and then like Revenge of the Nerds 3, Nerds in Paradise, where they like take some kind of trip to Hawaii or something. Not funny. It's not nearly like Revenge of the Nerds 2 and The Godfather 2. Not even comparable.
No compare. It's more like Hangover and then Hangover 2 and 3. A lot of the same jokes, but just different location.
It's like Jaws and Jaws 2 and Jaws 3 in 3D. Awful.
Do they have a Jaws in 3D? Was that
Jaws 3 was in 3D.
like the old school 3D with
With the glasses
the blue and red
Yep.
glasses?
that are really bad for your brain.
I mean, it's got to be weird. There's got to be something going on if your already 3D eyes are making something 3D.
Yeah, because we already see in 3D.
So they have to somehow take our 2D vision and convert it to 3D vision.
With 2 very thin pieces of blue and red plastic. We'll do that to your brain.
But now the new 3D, they got these. Have you seen like a recent 3D movie?
Dude, I don't have $30 to go to a movie.
Oh, it's super expensive. But I saw this in Vegas, and I am not shitting you. They are selling designer 3D glasses outside of the theater that you can buy, and like buy them for $75 to wear in to watch the 3D movie.
But are they red and blue still?
No, it's
dark.
It's just kind of dark.
Yeah, I've seen them. I haven't seen the Gucci models that you're speaking of, but...
Yeah, I'll have like aviator style. And
Dude, that's another thing that's making a comeback that I just don't... I was thinking about this earlier, and I wasn't really going to say it, but I hate hipsters. Don't bring your fucking typewriter to Starbucks, okay?
No. I mean...
And aviator sunglasses were never cool looking unless you're Indiana Jones.
Well, if you're a hipster, yeah, aviators, you need to be Tom Cruise with Goose behind you at Navigator.
Tom Selleck in the Ferrari.
Right. Or or some sort of, 80s cop or something, I guess.
Yeah, you can't just be like a jobless barista. Well, I guess if you're jobless and a barista, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, and have you seen these glasses with no frames, but there's just lines that, like plastic
Yeah, they're like
lines that go across?
like Venetian blind looking. Dude, those have been around since I was 8.
Oh my God, what
You
are
used
those?
to be able to only buy those at like Worlds of Fun or Six Flags over Texas or whatever.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, those can't be good for your eyes either.
You know what went out of style fast was the small circular sunglasses for men.
Yeah, did you ever see the ones that were like the small circular sunglasses and you could flip the sunglass part up and there was like clear glass underneath them? If you wear those, well, you know what I'm about to say, so I'm not going to say it. You're an asshole. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I kind of went off on a little glasses tangent there. But I do sort of like the new 3D movies.
Haven't seen one.
Like Up was great in 3D. A lot of the
saw Up in
animated
2D.
ones. The animated ones are good. Some of the,
Have you seen Avatar?
yeah.
Is it good?
I liked it. A lot of people were like, oh, that's Dancing with Aliens.
Oh, really?
Like Dancing with Wolves is kind of the same story. I mean, it was fun to watch. It was entertaining.
I think it would just annoy me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Blue cat people running around. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd like that much.
It was definitely entertaining, though. But anyway, I got some news. If
Okay.
you want to hear some news.
It's time for Mark to turn the show political on the Daily BM.
Well, we'll start it off with the most political story I got here.
Oh.
And it's actually not super political, but the fast food workers are striking now.
Didn't notice it today when I went to McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. The scabs are in.
Yeah, I didn't have to cross any picket lines to get my sausage McMuffins this morning. Luckily.
Well, and I take issue to this strike for 2 reasons. First is they're doing it on like the 50-year anniversary of the Civil Rights March and Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, that kind of thing. And I want to thank Martin Luther, the good doctor. Was he a doctor? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr.
Martin Luther
Reverend
the King. Dr.
too?
Martin Luther the King.
Yeah. But anyway, I think he's rolling over in his grave. He's like, I was marching for civil rights, and now they're marching for fast food, higher pay.
You never saw that episode of Boondocks when Martin Luther King Jr. comes back to life? I got my ass chewed off by dogs for you.
Well, yeah, that frustrates me. I mean, don't choose this day for your fast food march. And I don't know
Well,
if
they got to get attention for it somehow because no one cares about people that work at McDonald's.
Well, and then the other thing is they're asking for $15 an hour.
That's ridiculous.
I don't make $15 an hour.
If it happens, I'm going to work at McDonald's, though.
Then I'm jumping in line. And we get the best service ever at McDonald's because all the people who can actually work would start working there.
It's time for Mark to turn the show racist on the Daily BM.
I didn't point out a group or anything. I'm just saying.
You've lost your goddamn mind, dude.
Well, I mean, and then the reality of the thing is only 5% of fast food workers get paid the minimum wage, and most of them are high school kids just entering the job force. That's what your first job is supposed to be.
But if they did start taking resumes, you know, and paying folks $15 an hour, they could get rid of the little picture on the cash register thing that the person pokes.
Oh, yeah.
And they could actually spell things out, which would probably save electricity. I mean,
and
the whole thing would make sense.
Yeah, and that change maker machine, now they don't even have to do math to do the change. It just
get rid of that.
Automatically spits it out. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm down for the new thing.
Sounds good to me.
Anyway. Today also
I don't know if we can post this, dude. We might need to. Go ahead.
But today also is the last preseason game of the NFL. We already mentioned.
Every single team is playing tonight. As a matter of fact, Denver just went up 10-0 with 3:30 to go in the first. Matt Prater, 27-yard field goal.
Matt Prater, he's going to have a few drinks tonight and get another DUI right before the season starts.
Let's hope.
Like last year. I think it was last year, 2 years ago.
God, the Broncos have had some DUI issues. Like they had a couple of guys, and then Von Miller. Jeez. Can't you just wait until you're not a football player anymore or a professional football executive to drive drunk and pinball your car off of police cars?
Yeah, I mean, don't you have a driver?
Right.
Like, can't you get a Lincoln Town car if you got a little buzz on and you need to go home, you know? Or it was Carmelo Anthony that got busted for weed, taking it through an airport. He goes, no, I'm holding it for someone else. That doesn't work, dude.
Did you just call him Carmel Anthony?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hear it when we listen to it.
We're on a first name basis, me and Carmel.
Nice.
That's what he prefers to be called.
Yeah, he shortens it by one syllable. Nice.
He doesn't like the O too much, or the LO.
Sounds good.
But anyway, my story about the NFL was the NFL just settled for $765 million for the concussion lawsuit.
Yep.
And that's with 4,500 former players.
Yeah, I heard that the divide, like the division, ends up being about $120,000 per player.
Jeez.
Not a lot of money. But
Not a lot of money.
What do you do? What do they do? I mean, if they can figure it out, if Paul Tagliabue or whoever is the commissioner of football now, you know what my idea is, and I've thought this for a long time, and I've actually heard other people say it, make them wear fucking leather helmets again. Then they won't be leading with their head. Then they won't be bashing their heads into people. There'll be a lot more. Dude, you know how many times you see concussions in rugby? They don't wear helmets at all, and there's much more violent collisions.
Because they have to protect their head because they know there's no protection.
They're running like when you tackle a rugby player, he's running full speed all the time, as fast as he can go. He's not trying to cut. He's not doing shit but running straight towards the try zone. And they never have concussions in rugby. Why? Yeah. Because they don't lead with their head when they're tackling someone.
That's a good point that I haven't thought of. Is maybe the more safety you build in to the sport of football, the
makes
more,
it more
dangerous it becomes.
Yep.
Because you think you have that safety net, but I mean, there's really only so hard you can throw your head to someone else who's running full speed, and I mean, nothing's really going to stop concussions from happening.
It will stop concussions from happening if they went back to, and I know how ridiculous it sounds with technology and everything today, and they have these amazing helmets, but that helmet only protects like your skull. It's not protecting your brain bouncing around inside your head.
Yeah.
But if they wore leather helmets like they did originally, and again, as ridiculous as this sounds,
Yeah.
if they wore leather helmets, they wouldn't be so apt to go head first into someone or head first into someone else's head.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen in rugby, ever.
Yeah, and it's also another hard projectile, basically. I mean,
Dude, people's arms get broken by helmets. Their fingers get all pointing every which direction. Oh, Kansas City just scored a touchdown. It's 12-6
yeah, I don't know.
in the
There's
Super Bowl I replay.
But yeah, there's a weird kind of now we're dialing back football, and it's almost coming to the point of, is it worth being played anymore? Which I hate to say, but I mean, if it's causing Junior Seau to shoot himself in the chest,
Exactly.
I mean, if that's really what caused it was concussions, I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like no one's forcing anyone to play football. I mean, people want to play it, so I don't know.
And people want to watch it. I mean, I just think that that's really what I said is really the only way to stop it, is to make it less safe to go head first into someone else's head.
Well, okay, so I think we covered our bases on that one. I mean, it goes into the next story, which is we try and make things so safe. And like I was talking before about the NFL not allowing purses and stuff, it's like now the assholes kind of get a victory. But there's a new Honda software that has like a heads-up display, and it's monitoring other cars, where their location is, and now pedestrians through their smartphones. Have you heard of this?
No.
Where like if you're backing out of a spot and it senses another smartphone around you, it'll send a text message to the person like, watch out, there's a car backing up, or if there might be a collision, like if that old lady had it on her car in front of you,
She would have braced. She would have braced for a collision. Trust me. My
both-
anus braced for that collision.
Yeah, you both would have got this like message on your car heads up display that collision almost is happening.
Collision imminent.
But it's like you said about helmets. It doesn't really make anything safer. It just kind of makes you tune out a little bit until the alarm comes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I don't know
it
if
is.
I like it.
It is almost the same thing. I don't want my car telling me anything. I'm already concentrating enough on what I'm doing that I don't need a heads-up display. You know, taking up part of my windshield, especially like I very rarely drive after dark anymore. And it's not for any reason, but I come home, we're usually doing the podcast or whatever. I don't go out anywhere and drive at night. So I'm totally not used to it. And I'm not looking forward to driving home at 5 o'clock in the evening when it's pitch dark in 3 months.
I hate that.
I wanted to talk about something just real quick, and this is just between me and you, the conversation we're going to have, and obviously the listeners are going to hear it. Have you ever noticed that Raj doesn't really seem to shop for clothes in the men's section? Have you noticed those like clam diggers, that like those weird shorts that he wears that have like pockets that are at weird angles, and like if he sits down in my car, there's no way his phone's gonna stay in his pocket.
They're like
Three or f-
man prees.
If you want to add the word man to the beginning of it, that's fine, and I'll give you that. But Raj doesn't seem to, and I know it's because he's from a country where they wear bed sheets as clothing. But this is stuff that he brought with him from India, and I don't know if it's like a societal or like a social issue, or if they just have different standards over there or whatever. But I'm telling you, dude, those shorts that he's wearing right now, and I wrote this down when he came out a little while ago to smoke his bong. Those, I don't care if he bought those at Walmart in Bangladesh. Those were not in the men's section. They go well past his knees. They have little zippers at the bottom. And the pockets are like, for one thing, they're sewn to the outside. And then they have these weird angled zippers on them, which I'm surprised don't have tassels dangling from them. And I try to tell him, and he just doesn't care. But then he goes, about girls and shit. And I'm like, Raj, for those, what do you call those shoes that he wears? That starts with a Z?
Oh, Zoris?
Yeah. When he blew out a Zori.
Those flip-flops?
He finally bought a new pair. Like those ones that he normally wears, which he's wearing tonight. I would not want you to see me wearing those between the shower and my bedroom, which is no more than 6 steps. Those, like, have you ever bought one of those giant boxes of Crayolas that have like the little sharpener in the front of it?
Yeah.
Do they still sell those?
I'm not sure, but I remember getting like the 100 pack or whatever before elementary school.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, all my friends will be jealous of that I have 50 Shades of Gray in my crayon pack.
Oh, Mark. You've just... I went from being so proud of you to so disappointed in you so quickly. It was amazing. But those Zoris that he wears, or flip-flops, are... If you had one of those 100 packs and you pulled out the one that's called cornflower, it's exactly the same color. It's like... I can't even describe the light blue. And but see, he blew out the black ones that he bought. Dude, I wanted to just drop to my knees and praise Allah when he bought those black ones. I was with him at Walmart and I was like, oh, thank God, Roger, buying some new ones so that you don't have to wear those blue things anymore. Mm-hmm. And he blew them out while we were working on the waterfall, and now he's back to wearing the blue ones.
Have you heard of goat heads or go-aheads?
Goat heads?
Another name for the flip-flop?
No, to me, goat heads are those things that you run over with your bicycle that immediately pop the tire. Devil heads, goat heads, whatever you want to call them. I just don't get his... And even those shirts that he wears, have you noticed that on the sleeves of his shirts, there's a little thing hanging down with a buttonhole in it to where he can roll the sleeve up a little bit more and then button it up on his arm to make the sleeves a little bit shorter on those weird, like, cornflower and white checkered fucking button-up shirts that he has?
Well, yeah, it's for rolling up your sleeves and doing some...
Mark, stop right there. Don't say another word. Because you know damn well that's not what it's for. It's for looking gayer.
Me and Raj, I think we're actually talking about this, where he was, I think he brought this up and he said, you know, Mark, we're lucky not to be women. And I was like, okay.
It wouldn't change his shopping at all.
But he said, we don't have to worry about clothes that we wear. And I mean, like, I was thinking, yeah, I haven't bought new clothes in probably, I don't know, like a year.
Hold on, let me write this down. Things I hate when Mark says botan. That's not a word.
What if you're a botanist?
Well,
then you're a botan.
Do you know what a botanist does?
Yeah, they grow plants and such, I think.
I might be wrong, but I think they study bugs.
Oh, shit.
I could be wrong.
No.
Stephanie?
Yeah, you guys get on that stat.
I'm pretty sure a botanist studies bugs, but I'm not. I could be totally wrong. Dude, well, for one thing, I want to say real quick that things are going pretty well for both of us on the football field right now.
I like it.
Yeah. So at halftime, Kansas City's up 13-6 on Green Bay, and at halftime, wait, what the? Hey, who? What?
Eh?
Yeah, it's 10-0. 10-0. Denver over Arizona. So that's going well. I was kind of actually in a way, I was kind of hoping that the Chiefs would win their game and the Broncos would lose their game, so that at least going into the regular season, they'd have the same record in the preseason, which I know the preseason don't mean shit, but
Yeah.
kind of just in a way. But I'm telling you, I want the Broncos to win every single game this year. And I mean that in a very real and legally binding sense.
Well, I guess
I won't wear their gear. But in my heart, maybe not what comes out of my mouth, but in my heart, I want them to win every single game. And another reason is because I hate the 72 Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
However many of those assholes are still alive. Nick Bonacani and all those guys that start popping champagne corks when a 14-0 team loses.
What is this?
Yeah, the 72 Dolphins went undefeated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But wait, hold on. Didn't the Patriots do it?
I think so.
They
but
beat them.
Yeah, but I think there's some kind of difference in the record. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that they get all geeked up when, like, a team that's doing really well. So I'm hoping that Peyton and the boys, and I hate to say that because I really want them to go 14-2.
Yeah, you don't want them to go.
No, I want them to lose both
16-0.
games to Kansas City.
Oh, well, I mean, you never want the undefeated record. It never works out for you.
Yeah, because in order to do that, there's going to be injuries. There's going to be all kinds of crap going on during the season. I just want them to pace through the season, be healthy come playoff time. Frankenneck feeling good. His offensive line protecting him and everything. And I hope that they hit the playoffs healthy. Maybe a couple of injuries that don't matter too much. Von Miller will be back halfway through the season, so at least he can't get injured until week 7.
Yeah, well, it's
He'll be
starting
fresh.
It's starting out next week, and we'll have some
Week
actual
from today.
football. Yeah.
First game, Thursday.
And we'll say the Rocky Mountain Showdown,
Yep.
if anyone's interested,
On Sunday.
will be tomorrow, I believe.
No,
well,
it's
tomorrow, if you're listening to it, Saturday. They usually do it on Saturday.
No, it's Sunday. I'm
Are you
almost
sure?
positive it's Sunday. Okay, can you talk for a minute and a half and I'll figure it out?
Okay.
Don't get scared, Mark. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm still here just in case.
But if
Okay. Yeah, it's like my niece. God, I remember one time she used to come up like when she was a little bit younger, and we could have more fun together. Now she's 14, and just Uncle Brett's the most boring person ever. Now we used to get. You remember when she used to come up and stay the weekends and stuff, but so I would meet my sister in Longmont because my niece lives in Denver. So it was about halfway between Fort Collins and Denver was Longmont, and I remember we used to go to. We used to go to Arby's. We'd meet at exit 214 or whatever. And,
the 119 highway.
sure. And, we would meet there and we'd get something to eat and I'd drop her off and my sister would take. But anyway, my niece, it really doesn't like talking to strangers at all, which I'm sure is a good thing when she's 14 years old. But so we went up and she was going to get like one of their Jamocha shakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got up to the register and I was like, all right, Jenna, we'll get whatever you want. And she's like, can I have the mocha ice cream chocolate thing? And she's like, sure, what size? Medium.
On the spot.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Well,
All right, so 1 second.
I
It's
will-
going to be Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
I will say I was thinking about this right now, that this is our first full week of doing the Daily BM show
In a while, yeah.
in history, right?
I don't think so. I thought we did it last week every day.
Well, we added one in and missed one on Sunday, and I think added one on Friday.
Oh, that's right. No. Yeah, we recorded we recorded last Saturday for the Monday show,
Right,
with
yeah.
Doreen.
But yeah, our schedule was good this week, and it's the first week I think we've done it.
God, did you notice how many mentions Doreen got? She was like the star of the friggin' show somehow. I don't know, dude. I'm pretty sure that it's Sunday, but Yeah.
It's always been on Saturday, unless they changed it this year, because it always turns into, okay, I've been to the game in Invesco twice, I believe. First time, I do not remember getting into the game. I remember finally sitting down with my friend Kelly after halftime. Everyone's always just drinking way too much right before the game, and it's just a mess. Oh, and I got to tell this story real quick.
Okay.
I was probably, 18, 19, first time I went down there. I was probably 19, but not of age to drink.
Sunday, September 1st, Rocky Mountain Showdown, Colorado State Rams versus Colorado Buffaloes football.
Wow.
Sports Authority Field at Mile High, Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
4 p.m.
I stand corrected. But
Yeah, you do.
But I was 19, stumbling around, wasted. This was the first time I was there, just fresh into college and everything. And,
So it was kind of like last night.
But I remember I was just stumbling around. The security guard comes up to me and goes, "You're too drunk. You got to go." Grabs me around like the elbow, and is like, "You're coming with me." And I was like,
Dude, did you go hoist Gracie on him?
it was a lady.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't want to be an ass to her, but
You could have gone Ronda Rousey on her.
it's like, but I made up my mind that I wasn't going with her either, because she didn't possess any physical ability to keep me going with her. I didn't want to hurt her or anything, so I just kind of slowly took my arm away and then ran serpentine through the crowd.
Nice! I thought you were going to say she went Ronda Rousey on you when you started to fidget.
No, I kind of just got away nice and gentle and then ran through the crowd until I was sure no one was following me, and then was like, okay, I get myself a brat.
That's always what you need in that situation.
Finally found my seat and watched the rest of the game. But
Well, I hope we can go to some games this year. It was
Yeah.
fun last year. Well, it was fun to a point because I was never at a game where CSU scored a touchdown.
what?
They scored field goals, but they never. The only time that I was there when they scored a touchdown, I had just. What the fuck was that?
Oh no! I just heard
Sounded like someone stepped on a puppy in the backyard.
some kind of animal noise from the backyard.
Anyway, I was just getting up into where you walk up the stairs in the student section, and I was just getting to where I could see the field when they were returning a kickoff or something for a touchdown. I was like, hell yeah, it's going to be a good day. It came back on a penalty or something.
Holding.
So, yeah. I was never there when they won a game. I was never there when they scored a touchdown. And I think I went to 4 games last season.
It's always a good time,
It
even
is.
though they're terrible. But
Doreen
It's always
went to a
a good
game with us one
oh
time.
yeah, that's right.
That was a fucking nightmare. Couldn't figure out where she was at all. And I looked straight at her a couple of times, sitting on this concrete wall as you're going up into the stadium, because we had been tailgating all day. And I'm like, I looked right at her, but I was like, no, that can't be her. 15 minutes later, I went over and it was her. And by then, the first quarter is probably over. We're both freezing to death.
Yeah, that was a cold one. There's some cold games up there. But, yeah.
Definitely always fun, though, man. I love the Rams. I hope they have a good season this year. I just want them to win on Sunday. That's all I care about.
Yeah. If they can beat the Buffs, I'm down. I'm happy.
Always.
And then we can talk shit to Boulder for at least one more year and say, hey, no sexual assault cases on our campus.
That's right.
Too far?
Well, who knows?
Well,
Follow us on Twitter, please.
yes.
The Daily BM Log. Follow us on Facebook. Friend us on Facebook at the Daily BM Show.
Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Never had a brother or a friend, you had 3. Yours guess that's true, but I know I'll see you when I see you.
Dude, you know what I was just thinking about?
Huh.
Crop rotation in the 14th century.
Weird. Me too.
I know that. I thought you were too. I could see it in your face.
What crops would you rotate?
Well, cotton and whatever.
Yams. Turnips.
Have we figured that out yet?
Yeah,
Have you had-
yams are from Africa. Sweet potatoes are from Ireland.
I guess so. We'll figure it out at some point. I'm gonna go have a cigar.
Sounds good.
You want one?
I'm all right.
Good. Because they're really expensive.
I mean, yes.